Listen, we have our friend, Coach Mac from Food for Fuel with us this morning. Hello, Coach.
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
We're good. We're trying to figure out your best advice, how we don't gain the quarantine 15.
Oh, man, that's a great question. And, it's a big problem for all of us right now. If we don't have, I've been thinking about this and telling a lot of folks that I coach on a regular basis, if we don't have an elevated health consciousness right now, we're in big trouble because we will automatically, by nature, fall back into comfort food mindset right now. Everybody's anxious, everybody's nervous, everybody's scared, rightfully so with a little bit of that. But what happens is we try to find that immediate thing that's going to make us feel good in the moment. And a lot of times that's going to food. And a lot of times that's going to the wrong food.
I don't want to cut you off, but I'm already into that comfort food zone, so I'm in trouble.
Yeah, well, and it's a slippery slope. We know that, right? And in the real life situation, it's dangerous. And now you put us in this pandemic situation, and I think, in my opinion, it's even more dangerous because right now, what is it that feeds disease? It's high processed sugar. It's garbage. That's what helps feed diseases and viruses and makes them live, grow, and continue on. The only way, in my opinion, to really combat that right now is to really, really, really think about fueling our body with food. If it doesn't serve us well from a healthy perspective, maybe we shouldn't even have it right now because we want to give ourselves the opportunity to build the immune system up. So if we do get this virus, our body is designed to do what it's designed to do, which is to heal itself by itself, but we have to give it half a chance.
Coach, what can we do? What can we eat that almost comes across maybe as this tastes really good, that'll replace the junk food we want to eat? So instead of diving into the Twinkies and the oatmeal cookies, what would you recommend for us to eat that can satisfy that craving for sweets?
Well, it's a great question, and there's a lot of people that may have to, really consider changing what they're eating. And one thing that I would strongly suggest, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, but I have been in this space for quite a while, and I've surrounded with a lot of people that are doctors and dietitians and nutritionists. But what I would say without question is there are vegetables that do have sugar content in them. So usually, we might say, hey, let's just eat green vegetables, the asparagus and the broccoli and, that type of stuff, with the green beans because they're lower in sugar and carbs, count. Where today, what I do on a fairly regular basis and what I would strongly encourage today is eat that corn, eat those peas, eat those carrots. Those are things that have a little bit more sugar, so they'll kind of sustain us and give us that. What I do is I look at that and things like sweet potatoes, quinoa, brown rice, beans. I look at a lot of that stuff as things that are going to crowd out the crap that I don't want to eat. It's still hard for me today. Every day I'm thinking all I want is Reese's peanut butter cups because I need the comfort too. So before I leave the kitchen and go home, I'll often eat a small mix of vegetables with the carrots and the green beans, the peas, the corn, that type of stuff, just to kind of give me that sugar need. But it's a real sugar. It's a nutrient-dense sugar. It's a natural sugar, and it's not the fake crap that's killing me from the inside out.
Okay, so here's a very real question because I'm the one that does the grocery shopping for our family, and it's a real struggle to get a lot of the things you need. Like, I really love eating quinoa, and sometimes I can't find that. Do you have any tips for how we can get healthy food we need in the stores, which shelves are struggling?
I think... Okay, so I think what's happened now is that because everybody went crazy and stocked their shelves for 6 months worth of stuff, that's why we had this, crazy, 600, 900 people standing outside of a line at a grocery store. I think, and I can't say this, for absolute fact, but I do really believe that is dialed down significantly. So the supply is going to start rolling back in now because the demand is down significantly. The demand was so high. And our poor grocers could not keep up with it. And because everybody wanted 6 months worth of stuff to put in their garage, their shed, their pantry, their attic, their basement, everything. And so we got a little bit overboard, I do believe, and I think that is going to open up now, and so we are going to see that stuff. But the last that I saw when I was in Costco just last week, they did have a bunch of quinoa there. I know that at Sam's Club they have a ton of frozen veggies restocked. And that's a great way, fill that freezer up with what you can with the frozen veggies. And, of course, we want to try to get as much healthy stuff as we can. Fresh stuff as we can. And I would just strongly encourage us to do that, but to clean it, really well. Use a little bit of vinegar and water, to clean off some of the veggies and the fruit before you consume it. And but really, we need to get as much of that stuff as we can. And I do think the grocery stores are going to be restocked. If they're not now, they will be very soon.
All right, thank you, Coach Mack, for helping us not go crazy during this time of craziness as far as food and healthy eating is concerned. And if they want tips specifically straight from you, where do they go?
You can send an email to Coach Mack, M-A-C, at food4fuel.com, or visit us on our Facebook page and just shoot us a message there, and that's Food for Fuel.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll talk to you soon. Stay healthy.
You bet. Thank you. You also. Bye-bye.